Alright, today I'm going to show you how to make some really easy wooden coasters out of an old 4x4 post using just your miter saw and some type of sanding instrument. Alright, it's important to note that if you're making a set of coasters, you definitely want them to all be the same height or width, whatever you want to call it. So what I'm doing on my miter saw is setting a stop block. Really, however thick you want to make it is really up to you. I think mine's probably around 1/4 inch. The main thing is that they're all the same. So when you set up a stop block, you can just run your 4x4 up to it, make a cut, and then continue making cuts. One thing I would like to note, if you are going to use this method, let your miter saw stop completely before you raise it, or else it might fling one of your coasters at the wall behind you. I have learned that from experience. So just be careful, always wear your eyes and ears, and be safe. The other thing is, I'm using my miter saw because it's really the only thing in my shop that'll make a nice cut through something this thick. You might be able to get away with a hand saw if you really want to put that much elbow grease into it, but I really recommend a miter saw. A jigsaw or a reciprocating saw really would probably be unsafe trying to cut something this thin. Okay, so after you have your pieces cut, it's time to sand them. There's a couple different ways you could do it, I guess. You could hand sand them if you really wanted to. If you made them thick enough, you could probably round the edges on a router. What I'm going to do is just use my belt sander because I have one and it's really easy. Just remember when you're using a belt sander to hold on to your piece pretty tightly because it could try to grab it away from you. Alright, now that you have your pieces sanded, there's really not much else to do. I leave it there. I don't feel the need to stain them. I think they look pretty interesting already. You could seal them, but I'm actually going to leave them unsealed because part of a coaster's job is to soak up moisture. So if you don't seal it, it'll actually allow these coasters to soak up the moisture from the condensation on the outside of your glass. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the project. It was really fun to do. It's really easy to crank out a lot of these all at one time. I know I made about 30 of them for friends and family. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it taught you something. I'm really a beginner myself, so I'm going to try to post videos every once in a while, hopefully a couple times a month, and I'm going to try to gear my projects towards people who may not be that familiar with woodworking like I am. So I'll try to keep stuff simple and interesting, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe or like or comment. I'll be happy to hear what you have to say. Any tips or questions, just let me know. Thanks.